Hey guys, it's Stephenis and it's time for another iOS game review. Today I'm going to be looking at a game called Hundreds, which is a universal game for iOS. It plays on the iPhone, the iPad mini, the iPad and obviously the iPod Touch. However, after playing this game I recommend you play it on an iPad mini or bigger. Although you can play it on the iPhone, the experience isn't as good, so that's just my personal suggestion. It's available for $1.99 from the App Store. The goal of the game is to get to 100, and you do this by enlarging various circles which count up to 100. Once you get there, you then complete the level. It sounds simple, but as you move along the levels it gets more and more difficult. There's more and more objects in the way and things that you can't touch, etc. And you then have to work around them. If you do clash with an item that you shouldn't touch, then you have to start again, which can be really frustrating. But it's also quite relaxing as well, and I really enjoyed playing it. And although you think you're going to get bored quite quickly, you end up sitting there for ages playing the game, redoing levels, trying to do it better, and yeah, it's a great little puzzler. So let's get going, and I'll just give you a quick introduction to the first 20 levels or so. Round one's really easy, just make that one circle bigger by tapping the screen, and you get to 100, and then you move on. You can tap on multiple circles at the same time in order to get to your goal. But be careful not to let any of them touch while they're red, otherwise you have to end the level and start again. And I don't understand these messages at all. It makes no sense. Maybe they do mean something, but I'm not sure what. So on these ones you can see that I can't touch the black ones with the grey X inside. And on this one you need to pop those bubbles first, because otherwise if you expand and touch them you then have to restart the level. And the same applies here as well. So as you can see, the principle behind the game is fairly straightforward, but it gets more and more difficult to achieve that as the game goes on. You just need to be quite careful sometimes and just wait, don't rush. Otherwise that happens and then you have to start again. As you can see, it does get fairly frustrating sometimes, but bear with it. You will get used to what you have to do, and trust me, you will get a lot of enjoyment out of this game. And patience is key on this game. Doing things at the right time and at the right moment will make it easier to win the level, so don't rush, think about what you need to do and then decide to make your move. And again, another strange message which I'm really not sure what it means, but perhaps it will become apparent later on in the game. So you can see on these ones that you actually have to do them both at the same time. You can't do them one at a time, you have to do them together, and that becomes something you have to do more and more as you move through the levels. This one gets really tricky as they all start bouncing around. This one's tricky as well because you have to do them both at the same time and you don't want to clash with either of the dots. So as you can see, this game does get harder and it's more difficult than it looks, trust me. And that was really close, that one. They nearly clashed. Alright, so maybe I have to minus the centre one first and get that right down to 0. But again, being very careful not to clash with any of the others. So it looks like the same applies here too. So carefully does it. Oh, it's so frustrating. So you can see here the little pause blocks with the little pause sign. If you tap on those, they'll remain in the place that they last were, and you can then expand the other circles around them. You can then press play again if you want to get those blocks to start moving, and pause them again if you want to as well. I'm not really sure what to call them. Blobs, circles, dots, blocks? Not really sure. They probably have got a name. And again, you've got the blocks here that you can pause and play. Didn't quite make it that time, so let's move them higher up this time. There we go. And just wait until the right moment. So slowly expand those at the same time. this one's pretty tricky because they're moving pretty fast. So you just need to be careful and think about what you're doing. And try not to get too frustrated when that happens. Okay, I have to admit this level is pretty frustrating, but we'll stick with it, we'll get there. And we'll get there in a minute. So close. There we go, I made it to 100. Good stuff. So there we go, that was hundreds for iOS. As I say, it's available for $1.99. I believe it's on sale at the moment, 40% off. So get it while it's cheaper. And if you like puzzle games, if you need a game to help you relax, then this is definitely a game for you. So I'll catch you later, guys.